Dirk Benegal was your average everyday guy. Husband, Cubs fan, 9-to-5 worker. At least he was, until he was murdered. That murder still goes unsolved to this day. Some of Chicago's best and brightest have attempted to solve this case, but nobody has been able to crack it. Dirk died and nobody, but now this is his story. This is Strike 3, he's out. Dirk lived a quiet life until you look a little closer. His seemingly perfect North Avenue apartment and wife of 9 years belie quite a different story. Dirk may have been a husband, but a faithful one he was not. So the question is raised, who could have killed him? A jealous wife? An unsatisfied mistress? A rogue hater of the Chicago Cubs? Or maybe someone else? After an interview with Steve Buscemi, we learned nothing.
Come on, you gotta do better than this.
However, after an interview with his wife, Melanie, we learned a different, more startling story.
Dirk was not a good guy. He was angry and he was troubled, and he cheated on me. He would have these fits of rage, and I would be terrified, so I packed my bags and went to stay at my sister's house a lot.
We managed to get in contact with one of Dirk's former acquaintances to hear his side of the story.
Yeah, Dirk had a bit of a temper about him, no doubt about that. I know Dirk made his share of enemies, always betting on the games and whatnot. He just couldn't help himself. And when he got wrapped up with Lucy, well, that was the end of things.
Lucy Bernard was the woman Dirk had an illicit affair with. This affair ran for 2 years of his marriage before he died and his wife found out. These events happened on the same day.
I remember getting a phone call, and it was the police, and they were asking if Dirk was my husband. And when I said yes, they told me he had been found dead. I couldn't believe it because he'd gone to the game earlier, and nothing stops him from going to the game. I mean, I could be wearing the skimpiest of lingerie, and he'd still head out because the Cubs needed the support. I guess it's the little things you look back on.
The cops called me as well. Things got weird because that was the same day Melanie found out about me. We had a very brief confrontation in the street, right in front of his corpse, but it ended because the cops told us this wasn't the place. Anyways, apparently Dirk had been found dead near the stadium. Blunt force trauma to the head. Not a good way to go. I wouldn't want to be him. They said it couldn't have been an accident.
I don't know. It seemed to me like it could have been an accident.
Real favorite Chicago Cubs?
Yeah, hated the Cubs. Still do. They goddamn cheats. Dirk picked the wrong fucking team. We didn't get along.
Why'd he ask?